As a gamer, you've been listening to Super Mario's voice for more than 2 decades. Charles Martinet has become an icon of the video game industry and puts a smile on each gamer's face he talks to. We interviewed him about his career and how he became the most known voice actor for video games.
Hi, I'm Charles Martinet. It's me, Mario. Woohoo! And Luigi too. Ho ho! And well, Luigi, everybody cheat with me. And Wario, have a rotten day. Yahoo! Oh wait, forgot to say. And baby Luigi. And baby Mario. Let's go. Woohoo! Well, you know, I had been doing theater. First of all, I never thought I could ever be an actor. I was pulled into it by a friend of mine who was an acting teacher who said, "Oh, you've got to come and take an acting class with me since you're taking a little bit of time off." And I said, Les, there's absolutely no way I could ever possibly stand in front of people. I could never do it. He goes, no, you come on, give it a shot. And I remember saying, no, I know I'm too shy. And he said, I'll tell you what, there's a cafeteria. The students are learning to become chefs. So we will eat lunch, marvelously lunch, and then we'll go to class and see if you want to participate. And so I went and we had lunch and everything was going great. And, I thought, well, this is really fun. And, then he handed out monologues for everyone to learn. I thought, well, I can learn a monologue. And I'm sitting there when everyone else is doing the monologues going, uh-oh, I'm afraid I'm going to have to get up and do a monologue. And I remember everyone went before me. And then I heard Les say, Charles, you're up. And I'm like, wait a minute, I thought I didn't have to do this. And I remember walking up, thinking that I'm like Luigi, walking up and doing my monologue. And I was shaking, my right leg was shaking like this. So I put my weight on it. And then I put my weight on, that one, and that one started shaking. So I put my weight evenly. And then they both were shaking like this. And I went, oh, and I thought I was saying, oh, my name is Joe. I died a horrible, that's what I thought they were hearing. And I finished my monologue. I don't know what I said. And people were like, oh, wow, you know what's amazing? You're the only person who wasn't nervous. I happened to be sitting on the beach reading a book when a friend of mine called and said, you should come and do this audition. It's for, a real-time animation system. And I said, there's no way I would ever audition if I'm not invited. Where do I go? Go to this place. And I went, and that's when I heard, well, you're an Italian plumber from Brooklyn. Make up a voice, make a video game, start talking. You're going to be doing a real-time animation system. We have no idea if it's going to work or not. If it doesn't work, you still got to talk to people all day. So make up a voice, make up a video game, start talking. When you run out of things to say, that's your audition. And I just started with, hello, I'm a Mario. Let's make a pizza pie together. And I started talking, and I didn't stop talking for 30 minutes until I heard, cut, stop talking, there's no more tape, thank you, we'll be in touch. And I thought that was the end of that, but I left, went back to the beach, watched the sunset, and he called Nintendo and said, I found our Mario, I got him. And they only sent my videotape up there, and that was almost 25 years ago. They sort of disappeared into the archives of time, and nobody knows where they are. Okay. But maybe one day. Well, I'm still shy. I'm still timid. I'm a lot Luigi. I try to be courageous, but fear and anxiety about things. But life is such a wonderful gift, and I always try with everyone to say that I wish for you, to pursue whatever it is that you love doing and that you enjoy and that gives you pleasure, expressing your love and your joy and driving for what you want to do in life. Follow your heart was the words that were told to me by a beautiful old woman when I said, I just don't know what to do in life. And she said, well, dear, follow your heart. And, I went, well, what do you mean follow your heart? What do you mean? Inside. Of course, on the outside, I was like, thank you. And, inside, I'm like, follow your heart. It's right there. I mean, I have to follow, you know. But over time, I still don't understand it. But I know what it means, you know. So my wish for everybody is to follow your heart, to do what you love to do, pursue your passion, your joy, you know, because, and I really say this, and I really mean it, life is kind of like a video game. You know, you choose your character. Every morning you wake up, who am I going to be? And when the world happens to you as it does to you every day, then every week, then every month, then every year, which flies into the next year, into the next decade of your life, you realize that character that you're being, it fully develops. And your destiny, you know, you are the hero of your game, of your destiny. And so I wish for everyone that hero is a hero full of joy and happiness, and who loves their life and expresses their love in what they do and say and who they be. Dice, hola, soy yo, Mario. Tú eres número uno. Yahoo! Mamma mia, ich bin Mario. Du bist Numero eins. Yahoo! I have been to Japan quite a few times, but usually we create I do the games in Seattle, where I meet, you know, and we have our meetings with all the great producers and directors, you know, and I think I'm so lucky because I get to work with incredibly creative people, and there's no ego. It's just, let's flow with the ideas. Here's a script, here's improvising, you know, and we have sound reference files, so we keep consistent, because being consistent is absolutely important, and I think it's a big part of 30 years of Mario's existence, and hopefully at least another 60 or 120 or more years, is that it continues to be that joyful, happy, wonderful adventure that if you play the first Mario game ever and you play the Mario game today, you'll recognize that same fun, you know. Mr. Miyamoto is one of the nicest people in the world, you know. He's just really, when you think about what he's brought to the world in terms of joy and fun, and he's just a very kind, thoughtful, loving person, you know. You know, honestly, when I auditioned for Nintendo and Mario, I had never heard of Mario. I had played, you know, Waka 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 and Bong Bong, you know, that one, and Asteroids and Tank and Space Invaders, and that was about it, you know. So I had no idea what was in store for me. But I can tell you, it's been 25 years of absolute joy. And yes, I play every Mario game that that I'm in because I love them. They're just so much fun. I wish I could play them as well as you can, but I do my best. You know, I think what I do in the games is such a very small piece of it. You know, to create a Mario game, it's years of development and many different creative teams on different levels, from the drawing to the storyline to the graphics to the design to the second dimension, third dimension, so that every time a person plays in a game, it goes right or left or up or down, that the consistency and the truth of that action is always there, and the genius inside that's hidden in those different levels, like I talk about with Super Mario Maker, you creating your own, you'll find you have your own, and that consistency of the new surprises, new things, I think that's what really makes the game so great. I come in for 4 hours and I put a little frosting on it, and people go, wow, what a beautiful cake. You know, but the truth is that there's so much more that goes into it. My part is this minuscule, tiny little part. I think that's the truth of it, is I'm just so fortunate that I happened to land on that voice that Mr. Miyamoto and the creative team said, wow, I like that optimism and the enthusiasm and the joy. It matches. I would want to be all the princesses and all the parts.
Okay, thanks a lot.
But I do love Princess Peach and Princess Daisy and Princess Ryan Rosalina. I love them all. The great thing is I love all the characters. Every time a new character gets introduced, it's like, woohoo!